bit different. We're sort of in the middle of it because we didn't know how far we'd get or whether we'd got everything we needed. But we've got Nathan working for us, trying to make us this trailer. So we've got the plans from Fab Plans, and we've changed it around a little bit, some of the dimensions, and done things a little bit differently. But all in all, it's going to look something like this. So as you can see here, this is one of these, which are quite the fabricational nightmare. But basically what this trailer is going to be, I'll get Danny to try and put a picture of what we hope it's going to look like on a video. But it's took a lot of work sourcing the parts. We've had the bits for probably about 18 months, 2 years now, something stupid. But just sourcing the parts so it's legal in the UK has not been easy, because you can't have electronic brakes. So we've had to come up with some custom made hubs and stuff like that. But we're finally at the point now where we've not got enough room for 5 TIG welders in there. So we said, wow, we've got all these bits that are just getting in the way. We'll get Nathan to sort this, because I'm still borrowing somebody else's trailer to go racing, as well as borrowing somebody else's truck to pull it as well. But anyway, forget about that. First world problems. So Nathan's going to make this. I think we'll, as it starts looking a little bit more interesting, we'll maybe do some time lapse and stuff like that. But basically he's welding up all the weird bits at the minute. Most of the profiles are cut, they've been laser cut, and yeah, he's prepping everything and getting ready for welding. But there's probably, in organising everything and getting everything prepped, there's probably 3 or 4 days work here already. So this is not going to be a cheap trailer when it's finished. So I think there are a few companies tried selling them and making money, and I don't think it will happen. I think they're selling them for about 10 grand or something stupid. So we'll see. It was an idea that we had, probably one that we'll live to regret at some point, especially when we had how long it's took. But we'll get cracking and we'll go from there. So today's what's probably going to be the second hottest day of the year, so it's a bit sweaty, but we're British, we always talk about the weather. So as you've noticed, the last part of the video me talking, and this part it's me talking, and there's not been any fabrication happening. So I'm not sure what happened, but basically Nathan must be more allergic to cameras than Dan, and he's not filmed anything. I don't know if Danny gave him a camera though, so I'll give him a little pass on that one. But Danny's pulling a funny face. But the trailer is pretty much sorted now. We're not finished. We're at that point where it's 80% done and the last 20% is going to take 80% of the time, I'm pretty sure. But as you can see, it looks like a trailer. It just needs the tread putting on. But before we can put the tread on, I think we've got to use it, which we can't put exactly what we want on here, but we can definitely drive a car across this, put it on, go for a drive and make sure the brakes and everything work as expected. But the first job will be get all this stuff piped up properly, because at the minute we've just got these 2 gauges here and we're connected up to the compressor. We don't want that. We want to have independent control. How I decided from using it like this, I think we need to have the front axle and the rear axle as such working in pairs, not each side. I don't think we're going to, unless you load it badly, which you shouldn't do anyway, you won't really have a problem with that. But to get the sort of attitude of the trailer that you want, we're going to have to have control over the front and the rear. So that's how we're going to pipe it up, because we've got this endo tank. So inside here there's a compressor and all the control and everything. We just need to wire it up so that we've got, we'll put a picture of what these look like. I don't even know if they make these anymore. This is how long we've had it. That company that makes these have gone bust and probably started back up after taking a lot of people's money. But we've not even used that yet. So, but we do want to have some redundancy that we can just put a normal compressor on there so we can shut all this off and just go on there. So we're going to have a little spares kit in here, like we do on all the cars that have air ride anyway. That's what we do. And then you're not stuck. But we've got a winch, battery, so it's all self-sufficient. When we do the wiring for the lights, we're going to put the charging setup on here as well, so the 12 volt battery is always getting charged up, so that should be good. We've got all the brakes working, which this has been a big problem, getting the UK brakes. So all this is totally different to how the fab plans have got it set up. All the overrun brake itch, obviously they're different in America as well, and Australia. Obviously because of the drum brakes, all this stuff had to be done differently, which this wants a little bit more cleaning up. We're still going to run these through, so I think we've got some holes in here. We're going to try and run this through the chassis. I think we're going to have to drill some bigger holes in there and then come out of that end and then in there somehow, but that's the plan. So at the minute we're just going to leave these as they are, just to make sure it's working how we expect. But yeah, the brakes have been a big pain. I'm not sure if that's exactly how we're going to leave it. That's for Rob to decide. But it's all routed nicely. Taking quite a tight radius there. I'm not sure if we need it to be that tight, but we'll see. But yeah, it seems to work, but like I said, only time will tell. The frame looks a little bit twisted in my opinion, so we might need to try and straighten that out, but I think that's because of these big old fillets that are holding these bits on here, because that's literally the only bit that's holding this together. There's these big fillets down here. I'm assuming it's welded top and bottom as well. So yeah, I think that's twisted it up a bit, so it wants to bend up a little bit, but we can straighten that out, no problem. Take a bit of work, but we can do it. Yeah, I think ultimately it's not as wide on the bed as we'd like it to be, but that's because you've got wheels sticking out. There's always going to be a compromise if you're doing a trailer for the biggest sort of usable area. You just do it out of the Brian James trailers that we normally use and just have metal little wheels and metal arches and just drive over them. So it is more show than practicality, but we'll have a little look at what it goes up like. But it goes up a little bit strange at the minute. I think because of a lot of weight on the front and we've not got the control. We want to put more in the front as you're going up to keep it level, but you'd always be going up with a car on. I'm not sure, we'll see. We've got a nose weight gauge anyway, so we can monitor that as we're going up and down. That's on, I don't know if you want to watch them. Or do you want to watch that? What do you want to watch? Yeah, so with the jockey wheel down, it goes up more rear than front. I don't know if at any point it evens out. Go in the toolbar. So yeah, that is kind of how it works. But as you can see, if we'd have not tested it like we have done, we'd have probably had it controlling left and right. And I don't think it'd work properly because them fronts definitely need to come up before the rears, or come up more than the rears. And at the minute, like it's got, what's it got in it pressure wise? Like quarter bar, so it's not a lot, but even it's quite bouncy. Quite a lot of travel in it. So we're hoping that when we get the front, when we get the tread on, you've got a car on, we have it split, that we get the rear, the front to come up a lot more than the rear, because looking at where the wheels are positioned in relation to where you can get it, it definitely looks American spec as far as how much nose weight you're going to get, because that's the thing. The American and Australian seem to have a lot more nose weight than we have, like most cars, 150, 200 kilos. American stuff's like 500 kilos, 1,000 pounds or whatever you want to be. So hopefully we've not made a massive error in how we've done it, but we've got the adjustability with the airbag, so we should be all right. We'll see. You're learning while we're learning. So next job, get that wired up. We'll get a trailer board to go on it, and then we'll take it out and see what it's like, really. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens. You never know.
So it has been, well, just a long time since Ryan last talked about this project. I dare say this is the longest project that we've had going on, like, ever. We originally started building this in 2021, and I think it was a year, maybe even longer before that, when we actually started looking at the plans and gathering information as to what we were going to need to build it. But we're finally at, well, near the end. So since the last time, you've probably seen the entire thing has been galvanized. That meant we had to drill holes in each one of the box section before that got sent off. Now we've got everything back, we can finally start assembling it all back together. So that is Tom's job for today. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, by the end of today, it'll be finished or very nearly finished, and then we can actually have a look at it. So we have tested it, by the way. So before it went off a galv, we had it all built up with all the panels and everything. We put a car on here, we took it for a test drive, make sure everything was fine. It was, and then we had to disassemble it all again to send it off. So yeah, final stages now, getting it built back up. Can now route all the air lines and the brake lines and everything through the box section as well to make it all a lot neater. So yeah, we'll check back in after they've done and see the final thing.
One eternity later.
So, and I said that is a big so because it has took several years to get to this point. Since we started this video in 2021, I'm pretty sure there's plenty more grey hairs on my head. But as you can see, we've got the A2 on there. We're going to be taking this to the motorist tomorrow. So there's a diesel specific meet at the motorist, which is about 45 minutes away. It'll be a good test to get this on the road and see what it actually drives like. But yeah, I'm just kind of glad to see a car on there and it finally done. I suppose you all want to see it working, so it's aired up at the minute. Let's air it down, air it out. So there we are. There's not many trailers, especially in the UK, that will lay frame. So pretty cool design. I mean, when it is aired out, this is the look that we went for all those years ago when we spec'd it up. The wheels were supposed to match the T5 recovery truck that we had at the time. That's long gone, so I suppose they're not relevant anymore. But I think this trailer is perfect for someone that wants to take a car that's on air ride, aired out on the trailer, and then take it to the car shows and air out the trailer as well. I think in my head that would just be the ultimate willy waver at the car shows. So we'll have a little walk around it. As we said, we've got the Black Rhino, I think the Warlord wheels if I remember right, 18-inch tyres, 17-inch tyres, sorry. The airbags, the dampers and everything. Full galvanized chassis, you'll have seen that during the process. I've no idea how much footage we've actually got on this project now, like I said, because it's dragged out for the last 5 years or so. But yeah, it's all there, the car's on it, it works. I suppose the next thing is, we're actually wanting to get rid of this now because it doesn't really fall into what we wanted it for originally. So when we first designed this trailer, it was actually to trailer the Arosa to the car shows and the drag events. That is now retired, so we haven't really got a use for it. Ideally for us, we either want to sell it, or what would be really ideal is if we could exchange this for like a triaxle Brian James. The trailer that we've got at the minute, when we're taking the off-road cars to off-road events and things like that, I'll be honest, it struggles. I think when we went to Wales last time, we ended up with a flat tyre about 5 minutes into the trip, which is not ideal. So yeah, we haven't really got a use for this. We'll put a link in the description to all the specs and everything, I suppose, a price, and as we mentioned, if you don't want to buy it, if you've got a triaxle trailer, we will kind of swap it. But that's all to be discussed. I'm going to get run over. You've ruined this video. You've ruined this video. You've ruined it. Yeah, I thought while you're here, go on. Airbag trailer. I'd straighten your wheel. Imagine this, airbag SQ5 towing airbag trailer with an airbag show car on it. That's the dream. So if you've got a car on air ride and another car on air ride and you need an air ride trailer, get in touch. Like I said, all the specs will be in the description. No, he's definitely ruined his video. I was going to say sorry that this video took that long, but I suppose it hasn't really took that long for you. It has took a long time for us, so yeah, get in touch. Hopefully you like this video. If you have, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.